Hi, this is a very special edition of Collecting Cars with Rob Conrad. A salute to my good friend Donald Taccone. He had a hard-fought battle with cancer and lost his ability to speak. But before that happened, I interviewed him about his Packards. He has 9 Packards, 6 in his garage. 2 of those 6 belong to his grandparents. How amazing is that? That's amazing. 1956 automobiles. The guy has his grandparents' cars. The first story you hear, I'm going to do this in 3 parts. The first story has to do with the Packard Caribbean convertible, 1956. It's the most collectible post-war Packard there is. An amazing automobile. And Donald's going to tell you the story of his grandfather buying it. That's our first in a series, and I hope you'll keep listening for the next 2. In this series, you'll see his grandmother's car in this episode here. And that car got separated from the family, and how he got it back, that's really an amazing story. That'll be coming up next. But enjoy the first episode here, how Donald and his grandfather got that 56 Caribbean convertible. It's really cool. Enjoy.
Yeah, the first one will lead to the second one, because the first one was a 56 Packard Caribbean convertible that my grandfather bought brand new in 1956. He traded in his 54 Caribbean convertible in on the car. And the 56s did not come with wire wheels like the 53 and 54s did, but he thought it would be a nice addition to have the wire wheels on his 56. And so he had arranged for the dealer when the car came in to take the wire wheels off of his 54 Caribbean and put on his 56. And he was told the car had come in, and I'm sure I would have been the same way, excited to see the car and everything. He went down early, or went down to get the car, and they weren't quite finished with it. So he hung around there on the showroom floor, and he happened to see a green sedan. And he told the salesman, he said, "If you'll treat me right, I'll take this one too, and give it to my grandmother," which he ultimately did. And he traded in a 52 Cadillac on it. So grew up in both of those cars. Mostly the executive, the one that he bought for my grandmother was a 56 executive sedan. I grew up in the back seat of that car. My brother and I, she would pick us up, and we'd go shopping with her. She'd let us, go grocery shopping, and then she'd let us go to one of the hobby stores, and I'd usually get a model. My brother would find something that he couldn't live without, and that went on for many, many years. So we kind of lived in the back of that car.
Well, Donald, I'm curious about the Caribbean. So your grandfather has the car. What year did he pass away? Did he have the car then through his whole life, first of all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
he kept the car. My grandfather was a car nut, and in the mid to late 50s, he was probably buying a new car about every 6 months. And but he always kept the 2 Packards. He'd always tell my grandma, he said, "One of these days those cars liable to be worth something."
And he's right. He turned out to be, his vision was very correct. So what year did he pass away?
He died in 1974.
Wow. So did you inherit the car at that time, or did your father, who became the owner of the car?
Well, it was still owned by my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and she saw the interest that I had in the car, and she's asked me one day. She said, "Would you be interested if I were to give you that car?" I stumbled trying to get the word yes out of my mouth.
I can believe that.